Roxana, good evening. We were today on the 4th of February 2019, which was like the second big birthday for millions of people. And I believe you have a wonderful experience. Can you tell us about it?
Good evening. Um, Indeed, it was for me the first time when I was bathing in Kumbha Mela in Ganges, and it was an amazing experience. I would not have expected to be so powerful because, as you know, actually you are bathing for a few seconds, so you think how much can you experience in a few seconds, but it's good for you and it's purifying you and gives you a lot of positive energy, so why not doing it? um, for me today it was amazing because I enter into the water with Agori spiritual master Swami Balyo Yashvar Maharaj. So we enter in the same time, we bath in the same time, and we go out in the same time from the water. And even though it was so short, when I came out of the water, I felt I am one with him, and we were like Shiva and Parvati, the divine couple. I felt a state of a godly state, very, very powerful. We were one. Um, we were even walking in the same rhythm, having the same attitude, looking in the same directions until we got to the carriage. Actually, there were some television also taking to both of us some interview. But the state which was between us was incredible. The state of power, love, and compassion to all humanity. And this polarity into a couple, like Shiva Shakti, like I felt, it was an incredible example for me. So I recommend to everybody. It was few seconds, but in that few seconds, I actually was liberated.
And how would you relate to the hundreds of thousands of people who were on the riverbank at the same time as you, doing the same thing as you? Could you describe how this resonance, this super powerful resonance, is being alchemized, transmuted, maybe for you through Swami?
Well, I think that all these people who are doing the bathing in the same time, millions of people, are charging very much the water and the place, and their devotion, their love, their aspiration towards God is so beautiful and so powerful that by creating this unison, we have this, as I said, these very few seconds which are very, very charged. I can say that when I came out of the water and we were coming back to the camp, I felt so much compassion towards all the people around. I saw them with total different eyes from when I went to the Ganges, and I can say that we are one also with all these people. So it's not separation. It's like God in us is giving Himself to God in the others. Did I answer your question? It's very beautiful. It is indeed the presence of God is coming down on the spiritual field. I was meditating a lot to Shiv, to Mahadev, when I was going towards the water, because I wanted to put myself into the perfect resonance with this special moment which we are celebrating. And I felt his samadhi state, his peace, his happiness, his gratitude, his grace, his huge being above all this manifestation, above the water, above the earth, above the people. So most of the time you're asking me about the connection with the people. I did not connect so much with the crowd around, with the millions of people, but because I was actually focusing to be above them. This was my attitude, and when I came back, as I told you, I felt that I'm actually from above, from a samadhi state. I could bless and embrace the whole planet, and especially I was focusing on India and then focusing on Kumbha Mela. So I was letting myself be a channel of grace and blessings for the people who were asking for the help and the grace of the gods. You want me to tell you all my secrets?
You will be happy to have this voice recording when I will give it to you and you listen to it later.
Yes, true, but me, I don't like to say my secrets.
Okay, so
but you must ask.
You can write it down or put it on your telephone yourself.
Okay, I will. You're right.
For instance, how did you relate to all these wonderful women, like, I don't know, 15 wonderful Shakti dressed in red, all coming together for maybe a couple hours? You were on this trip to go to the water. All these Swamis devotees. You have connection with, you are used to the Shakti contest, to the experience that you work toward in company of, the woman, and then you have a lot of women around you. You're surrounded with women, with one focusing point is Shiva. So how do you feel those women to be according to what you know, to what you experience in life through all your knowledge accumulated through our school in Romania? What do they have? Do you have? How do they relate to Shiva? As a lover or as a god?
I was very happy actually to have the same experience here in India, which was unexpected because in having with his Shaktis. But it was like here it is more a devotional relationship, as you said, to Shiva directly. So they see Maharaj like Swami, like the Guru, like the Master, like the spiritual father. So it is not this Shiva Shakti polarity between them. But I can say that it was very nice for me to connect with all these women. I felt we are like they are like the energies of the masters, like the hands and the feet, the powers of the masters through which he is manifesting actually. And he's letting himself be held by these Shaktis, by these energies. I felt unity with all these beautiful women, and I felt a very special, unique energy actually on our carriage, because we were the only one like this. Most of them, there were more men than women in other carriages. So it was a special moment. We brought, I think, a bit the Romanian resonance, and it was very powerful. And we can say that also with my friend Daniela, who she's also from Romania. I don't know if she felt, but I felt very much the grace of the master. It was like a game between Shiva and Shakti. Like we were, for example, I was to some point saying, okay, we stopped, we were sitting, the carriage was stopped for half an hour or something, and we were called, and I said, okay, now it's enough. And I said to him, can we also please go, because all the other carriages are going, and we were just sitting there. And in 5 minutes the carriage really started going, and it went all the way till the water. So it was like Shiva was playing with us, he was waiting to see, to help us. He was waiting for us to get detached first from everything what was happening, and then when we had this detachment, we also had the power and the understanding of asking of what we really want, and also the belief that this is possible. Like, okay, I understand my lesson, now Shiva, it's enough, you can act. So in that moment I said to Maharaji that I think it's the moment that we should also go. And in 5 minutes we really went. So he immediately acted, like when Shakti Parvati is like, he's asking him something, he immediately acts. Of course, he's very humble, and he said that he's all the time asking the help of Mahadev, Shiva, or Shiv, how they say in India. So, because he's the very good devotee of Shiva and Kalima, they are very fast answering his requests. And there were other also small miracles which he did on this way, on this road. So it was not normal. It was really like a pilgrimage, going with him in this carriage, surrounded by people. But you have to be attentive, because it's this crowd with millions of people coming, wanting to make picture with you, asking your attention. A noise around, so it's really Maya. It's the illusion in its intensity. So you have to make a very strong effort to go above it and to see the spirituality which is in that moment, the grace which is in that moment. So do not let yourself be drained by this powerful mass of people who are asking you all the time something. So that's why I said, seeing this crowd, this is seeing the illusion, the Maya around me, I all the time try to go above. So I was actually very centered in myself on all this road with the carriage, and try to have control upon the Maya, and also control upon the relation with God. So I could feel, as I said, this. I was attentive to this divine game which was happening. So, for example, I can say one more thing, that Maharaj Swamiji was laughing about us, that we didn't know that we can carry our clothes very close to the water. So we actually got me and Daniela, we were just wearing a piece of cloth, and it was very cold. So he was laughing about us, that we were like so naked and cold, and what are we going to do? And to some point, I told him that I'm not cold to the body, but I was cold to my feet. And I was trying to amplify my inner fire, so my feet also get warm. But to some point, I asked him telepathically if he can also hit my feet, and I can say that he did it. After three minutes, suddenly my feet start getting warmer. So it was, as I said, this divine game between disciple and master, which proved me that he is an authentic master, yes. Otherwise, if you wouldn't have these small miracles, which we can call it miracles, you would not know that this is the grace of a real master. You will not. And he also was joking that he said that we are like this. He will ask Shiva to bring the sun for us, so when we go out of the water, we will not be cold. And this is exactly what happened. When we went out of the water, our cloth got dry very fast, and we were not hot, not cold anymore. So he got my belief.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.